hailing from the city of Orange, is the rapper that I've known for a long time, who's a friend of mine. And, he's also, I've collaborated with him on music. I've done production for him. And I only felt it was right to bring him on my show that I'm coining. This is a new name that I'm putting out there for all the folks that have been listening to me, that all the folks that are my fans. It's called Locals on the Loco. So Locals on the Loco. This is episode number 1 with an independent artist who's also a friend of mine, Jonney Stompenato. Say what up, Jonney.
Hey, what's good? What's good with it?
All right, man. So Jonney hails from the city of Orange, and he's been doing music for how many years would you say you've been doing music, man?
Easily since I was like 15, and I'm up there now. So probably about 25 years at this point. 25 years. So we ain't going to put an age on you, but I know you 25 years, that means you're over 25. So, but hey, man, much props to you. I salute you, bro, for being in that long, because a lot of guys that are in the music game, it's hard for them to stay attached to it because of, responsibilities, boys turn into men, and then, hey, you know what, you got bills, and sometimes music is a part of most of us, but sometimes it's easily let go if you don't have it in you. And so, a lot of times it takes a lot for people that have been artists for a long time to, come up with new content, come up with new songs, new production. And so I salute you for that, man, because I know that's a difficult task. But who are some of your influences? Easily, of course, all the West Coast rappers. But I'd say my very first influence in music had to be funk music.
Funk music. And now, funk music. Now, I grew up listening to funk from my aunts, uncles, older people around me. And believe it or not, I got, my first crate of records from somebody. Actually, it's funny, man. I had a crackhead sell me my first crate of records, believe it or not. Well, I mean, I don't really know as a crackhead, but I know he was doing bad. And he's like, hey, you want to buy this crate of 100 records? Or not, it was like 50 records or whatever. He's like, I'll give it to you for $20. And I was like, sounds good to me, man. But that was my story. But who was some of your influences?
You know what? I had a lot of different influences. One of them was my cousins. I have cousins out of Santana, and
shout out to Santana.
And they were DJing back then, and they had all the freshest new stuff. You know what I mean? All the Curtis Blow, the Houdini, and I mean it just blew my mind away because I've never heard anything like it. And I didn't at that point figure I was going to be a rapper. I was young at that point. I was about maybe 7, 8 in age around then. Everybody was breaking. Hip hop was in full effect, And when I say hip hop, I mean the graffiti, the breakdancing, the MCing, the DJing, So that's the era. I basically I seen it grow before my eyes, and then you started hearing about like Eazy-E, NWA, of course, and that's close to us. That's close here to Orange County. So
yeah, I was actually just talking to a promoter yesterday, and I was talking to somebody that I know by the name of Beerman Bobby, and we were talking about the need for funk in Orange County to be exposed, and that's kind of what I'm doing on my show now. I'm doing a lot of old school on my show. I initially started off by doing, top 40 and a little bit of hip hop. And then I said, you know what, man, I think I need to gear it towards the need. And it's where I came from as well. If you were to, narrow down a few of your favorite funk groups or old school groups, who would they be? I mean, like who was somebody you were bumping back in the days?
Chocolate Milk.
Chocolate Milk, man.
Yeah, the heavy snare, the heavy bass. Man, that got me every time,
Sweet Heat.
Yeah, that's my favorite song right there. That was like one of the first songs I ever sampled that I rapped over. And I always tell my girl that all the time. Yeah, that's my song. That's the first song like I ever rapped over.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the jam right there.
Sweet Heat and some Barcades down Bristol. Yep. You can't leave the Barcades out, man. They were like heavy.
And you know what's real interesting about funk in Orange County is that, you could go out to the streets right now and you'll find a 13-year-old kid, 14-year-old kid listening to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, like no problem. And they have like they know the whole catalog. They got all these jams in their phone and stuff. You go to LA County, San Diego County, they're like, the heck's all this old music?
Yeah.
Like they're not with it. So Orange County is real
they're real deep, man.
Yeah, they're real deep. They're real I guess you could say they're special when it comes to funk because they love it. And since I was a kid, it's just been going and going. It's like, I guess parents pass it on to their kids, the kids pass it on to their kids, and so on and so on. So it's real interesting because then you also got groups like the Funk Freaks. Shout out to
the Funk Freaks.
Yep, to my comadre Wheezy. She's a DJ for the Funk Freaks. And
shout out to Curious Entertainment too, man. George, shout out to you, man. So yeah, I mean that's probably your foundation with music. But how did you transition? Because I know back then they used to have these big mixers and the big coffins with the turntables.
Yeah.
And the way I started, you know, I used to be a DJ first, and then I migrated from that to production, and then rapping. But I know that I had a sampler on my mixer.
That's how we got started too.
And it was like a 5-second sampler on a Gemini mixer, and that's all I had, dude. So I would sample like Vaughan Mason, Bounce Rock Skate, and I just kept that going, man. And I would just pass it out to my boys and let them have at it. But
yeah, that's how we started. I started off DJing first. Like I said, at like about 8 years old, my cousins were already DJing. So, I was curious about, all the equipment and stuff like that. So I'd get up there and screw around with the records and all. But I had a buddy by the name of DJ Risk, and he had the whole setup. He was already doing stuff worldwide, performing at big venues and stuff. So he just let me on. He would show me, put me up on game. I realized at that point, though, I wasn't a DJ. I was more into the production, and that's how I started going into production. And then from there, one of my boys, he got heavy into the production, where then I just started rhyming. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll be the MC, you be the producer, and we'll go from there. And it's been on ever since, All
right, man. So we got some songs that I got here. I want to say I have Too Deep featuring Quinn, B-Side Chick, Looking Like I Sell, My Chick, Oh We On, and Whiskey. Which is the one that you want to hit him with first?
Well, I'd say probably the most radio friendly right now is gonna be My Chick.
All right, so let's play My Chick. We'll start off with that and ease our way into some more hardcore street stuff. Here's My Chick, production by Ivan Reyes, right?
That's correct.
And you produced this from the ground up?
Yeah, no samples.
No samples, man. You hit the keys all yourself, man. What kind of equipment you working with?
Right now, actually, I have a ghetto setup. I'm just using a regular Yamaha keyboard, like just a $100 one, and just Pro Tools.
Hey, man, it sounds amazing for using that. I mean, I'm a big believer in using whatever works. You know what I mean? And as long as it sounds clean, as long as it comes out with heavy bass notes, and if it works, it works. You know what I mean? So My Chick right here on the Sancho Loco Show, and then I'll get back on and ask you who some of your favorite producers are. But here's My Chick on the Sancho Loco Show.
My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, hold it down for a G. My other set of eyes on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, hold it down for a G. My other set of ears on these streets. My chick, don't try to act fancy, straight up the hood, but still keep it classy. High heels when we out on the town, on the block rocking J's, that's her get down. She ain't insecure and knows her worth. Stands by her man when it's time for dirt. She knows where the strap's at all times. Quick to blast her stash, ain't scared of crime. My chick, quick to curve dudes, don't need to be rude, but got attitude. My chick is far from a ratchet, a freak in the sheets, nothing passive. My chick keeps it 100, thick and thin, rolls with the punches. My chick ain't stuck on the glass stick, sober on her toes, cause I stay active. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, hold it down for a G. My other set of eyes on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of ears on these streets. She's sexy, she texts me, she willing and ready. Likes it rough when we is it love or lust? Session after session of sexual aggression. Mixture of a wet and body is tempting. Mention my name, she's quick to defend it. Like a G from the streets, serving up tension. That's her intention, her love is endless. That's my chick, so don't get friendly. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of eyes on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of ears on these streets. Brains and beauty, that's my chick. That's my chick. That's my chick. Nice and juicy, real cute booty. That's my chick. That's my chick. Brains and beauty, that's my chick. That's my chick. That's my chick. Nice and juicy, real cute booty. That's my chick. That's my chick. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of eyes on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of ears on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of eyes on these streets. My chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick, my chick. Hold it down for a G. My other set of ears on these streets. Yeah. My chick.
90.3 LPFM. That was my chick, man. Great job on production, dude.
Thank you.
Hey, so speaking of production, I was gonna ask you who are some of your favorite producers? I mean, like mine is Dilla, of course, and Primo. Who are some of your favorite producers?
My favorite's probably, well, when I first started producing, I think my favorite was Scott Storch.
Oh, Storch was good.
Yeah, Scott Storch was
Until
my
Dre fired him. No, I'm just kidding.
pretty much, he was responsible for a lot of Dre's classics.
He was, right?
Yeah.
Like, did he do Lean Back?
Yeah, he did Lean Back.
And what's like another notable one that he did?
He did the riff for
Candy Shop.
He did Candy Shop. He did the riff for Still DRE.
Oh, he did that one.
Yeah, he did that riff.
Did he really do that one?
Yeah, he did that.
I thought that was a sample. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, that was actually it was a Kodo, synthetic Kodo that he did, and then he even said that he came up with that riff first, and then Dr. Dre built the beat around that specifically.
Okay, so getting into production, we'll get to Jonney in a bit, but now that I got you on the microphone, what are some of your peeves when you work with artists?
I have a few, but
what's something that just really ticks you off? Like if somebody
just working with artists is one thing is where they expect free beats.
Oh, free beats. Yeah.
That's probably the biggest one, and that's probably like the biggest complaint any producer has.
Okay, so what's a beat going for nowadays? Like when you're doing a beat, because you spend a lot. I mean, I spend like 8 or 9 hours doing a beat. You know what I mean? Like, and that might not even be a finished beat. That might just be like, a lead with some kicks on it. What do you sell? I mean, because I haven't sold a beat in a long time, and actually, to be quite honest with you, I don't think I've ever sold a beat. But anyways, what's some of the prices that a beat would go for if they're going to Ivan Reyes Productions and they're hitting you up? What does a beat go for?
Depends on the beat.
Depends on the beat.
It depends on how much time I put into it, how creative it is musically, the composition wise. And the very cheapest, I will sell it for $50, but it could go up to $200 depending if I'm using live instruments or something.
So you heard it, guys. If you guys want beats, man, hit up Ivan. Where can they ask you, or what cost or for samples?
You can hit me up on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Ivan Reyes Productions, all one word.
And who are some of your influences? I know, like Jonney was saying that he, started off with old school. What was some of your musical influences, and where did they come from?
Well, I mean, I always grew up with listening to music. My aunts and uncles will also play funk, but back then I didn't really know like the name of the artists or the groups. So I would listen to that until probably around 4th grade when I started learning about what bands they were. So George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelics, huge influences for me. Cameo, Zap, Barcase. Also 80s music, like Depeche Mode was a huge influence on me especially for songwriting.
Yeah.
My dad got me into West Coast music by introducing me to Ice Cube. So that was my very first like introduction to hip hop in general. Dub C, any of those kind of artists and beats were basically influences in my production.
You know what's so messed up, man, is like I'm kind of like you. Like I have a wide selection of music, but back in the days when I used to dress more hip, now I don't care. Now I'm older, I don't care. I'll roll the windows down and whatever playing. I don't care if someone listens. But back in the days when I was trying to be cool, I was like a closet like classic rock guy, and like when my homies were there, I'd be like bumping the Barcades, but then as soon as I drive away, I'd be like playing some like Creedence Clearwater, and I'd be like, dude, you don't know, you don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know, man. My playlist is just all over the place. Like I like some Ozzy, some AC/DC, some Led Zeppelin, and then everything else that falls under the sun. But yeah, man. So that's cool. So you had some old school influences. What's I know like there's different styles. So like there's reggae, there's reggaeton. What are some of your favorite styles to work on as a producer?
Favorite absolute will be hip hop, West Coast, funk. That's always very creative wise. Pop. I'm actually getting to pop EDM. That's actually kind of fun to be more creative and work on chord progressions.
Right. I like EDM too. And we're actually working on a track. This is under wraps. We shouldn't really. It's top secret. We'll let you guys know about that later. But how about Whiskey? You want to play Whiskey for him?
Sure, we'll play Whiskey.
All right, can you introduce it?
So this is Whiskey by the Get 'Em Boys, produced by Ivan Reyes.
I'm just trying to get paints off my flank through y'all set tight, feeling frisky. Store me off with the whiskey, game chopper than a switchblade. I'm just trying to get paints off my. I'm just trying to get paid, get laid. Too many motherfuckers sipping haterade. Listen to what a real players say. Stay equipped with the steel and stay away from those fade. White tee, all black chucks, and a fine little mama with a nice round butt. Okay, give a f about what they all saying, and you know I ain't playing. Put me on the beat, baby, and you know that boy slaying. Get my good, fill it to the top. You know how I do it, cause the boy gon' rack it. If you want something better, hit me on my line, cause you know that boy ain't playing tonight. Oh, tonight, oh, tonight. Got my cup filled up and I'm feeling right. Alright, alright. Okay, let's get it. I'm flying through y'all set tight, feeling frisky. Store me off with the whiskey, game chopper than a switchblade. I'm just trying to get paints off my. I'm flying through y'all set tight, feeling frisky. Store me off with the whiskey, game chopper than a switchblade. I'm just trying to get paints off my. Rolling through the city, ain't nobody stopping me. I'm just trying to build up on my own monopoly. Don't even talk to me if you ain't about to profit. G, y'all bunch of wannabes, fake like some novelties. Get to the money is the number one policy. Focus on the quality, to duplicate the quantity. I'm just being honest, don't expect no apologies. I hustle and I grind till I own some property. I'm a real one, that's why your girl keep calling me. Your head game sick, yeah, she a real prodigy. She poured me up a glass, then she passed me the broccoli. I slapped her in the ass, then she walked away flawlessly. I'm flying through y'all set tight, feeling frisky. Store me off with the whiskey, game chopper than a switchblade. I'm just trying to get paints off my. I'm flying through y'all set tight, feeling frisky. Store me off with the whiskey, game chopper than a switchblade. I'm just trying to get paints off my.
90.3 on PFM. Man,
Yeah.
I'm digging that song, dude. Like,
That was dope.
you told me that you sold it for $1 million, and I was just like, wow, dude, that 2 million. No, that's actually a good beat, bro. Like, I give you props on that, dude. That's real funky, and it's kind of like it's kind of like what we were talking. It's kind of like the Barcades and stuff. It's got that same kind of feel.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it was basically influenced by funk. I think the Barcades was actually influenced for the bass line, and then obviously the West Coast Scott Storch kind of sound.
And C's, who's not here now, but we'll eventually get C's on here. But he's on that track. And who else is on that? Is it just C's?
It's C's and our friend Logic.
Logic.
They're part of the Get 'Em Boys.
Okay, the Get 'Em Boys is it's like a different group. Are they under your label, or are they their own?
They're their own separate entity.
Okay, so you're just, if that song ever makes it big, you're just getting paid.
Exactly. I'm expecting checks in the mail.
That's right. You heard it here first. He's expecting that check, man. Ivan Reyes, 80% mechanical rights, man. No, man. So Jonney, man,
Good.
I'm gonna hit you with a couple of questions.
All right. All right.
What's one of your favorite Chicano rappers or your Latin rappers?
Wow, that's a tough one because
It's tough, right?
Well, because one of two things. When I first started rapping, there was no label Chicano rap.
Right.
Just basically everybody that rapped was a rapper. So I've never seen myself like.
You never seen yourself labeled as a Chicano rapper.
Exactly, because I've never really carried myself as one. I'm not all into the ese, vato, all that.
Yeah.
That's just not me as a person, So
That's a good point.
And I mean, I speak Spanish and all that, but that's not how I carry myself as a person, So, I mean, I guess you could label me a Chicano rapper because I'm Chicano, but
right, like when part of the reason when I was doing music that I didn't put any pictures on my album covers was because I didn't want people to stereotype me. And I think that's the biggest thing in the music industry. If you are wearing a hoodie and a cap, people automatically assume that you fall under that category.
Yeah.
Although, I was going to ask you what differentiates your music from another individual, a Chicano rapper's music, but it's clearly like the obvious. You don't talk like essay, this and that, but you are talking street.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I was raised. That's what I've seen. That's what I've heard. That's, all that stuff. It's what I grew up with, and, I basically share my experiences or things that I've gone through or seen. And,
you're painting a story, right? In each one of your songs. Now everybody says they paint a story, but I believe that, your story is a different visual than a lot of other people's story, being that you come from a different area, a different background than some of these cats. Is there any, have you ever encountered any beef with any other rappers?
No, I haven't. I mean, I guess, most of them know about my background enough to, not want to lock horns like that.
Right.
I mean, because to be honest with you, I wouldn't even put no beef on wax because, I mean,
it's just like a
they pay attention to everything I say and do anyway. So I mean, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble like that.
And I'm not trying to get you in trouble, bro. So all right, here's another question. Is there any rappers that you're not too fond of?
You know what?
That's out there right now that really gets under your skin, man. Like you're just like, hey, you know what? I like all these rappers out there, but there's this one guy who really gets under my skin because he does this and he's famous.
You know what? I have to say that about like a lot of the drug addict rappers, man. The ones that
that are doing lean and stuff.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, not even the lean. That's not even bad. It's like
taking their grandma's prescriptions.
Yeah, the Xanax, and you know what I mean? Because when we were growing up, we were hearing about being drug kingpins and bosses and dealers and stuff like that. And now I guess you got their crackhead mama kids now rapping, about doing, all kinds of drugs and stuff like that. It used to be a big no-no in the hip-hop community just to smoke weed at one point. So, I mean, I'm sure.
This is a good time for me to get my public service announcement in. Hey, it's New Year's, right? You know what I'm going to do for you guys? This is, I got to play this as a public service announcement because it's my obligation as a DJ to do something responsible. So here's going off the weed comment. Here's my New Year's New Year's
That was some party
public
thanks to my
service
buddy's
announcement.
beer and joint. Here's the keys, joint.
Yo, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, dear?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home then?
Come on, Dave. Take one for the team.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
A message from Mad Canada.
That was my public service announcement.
Uber.
Yeah. Call an Uber or a Lyft. It's New Year's, man. Don't drive drunk. Ironically, I'm going to say this, and this is true. I have a friend that killed somebody, and I have a friend that was killed. And it sucks to know that that happened to both of them. And it's such an easy mistake to make if things aren't, because I've been in that situation where, you know, you want to take the keys and just drive home. Just don't do it. This New Year's, if you're out there partying, call an Uber or Lyft. If you're at a bar, call Uber or Lyft. It's not just your life that you're putting in your hands. It's the individual in the other car if you hit. But that's that. Let's get back into the interview, man.
That's
So
game right there. That's game.
So, you know, what do you think about these rappers on social media? All these guys on social media. I'm gonna throw some names out there. Little Pump.
Whack.
Have you heard of 6ix9ine?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You know, those two rappers are actually
They're big.
they're big,
They're big.
and they're part. One of them's full Mexican, the other one's part Mexican.
Yeah, I seen them.
Yeah, and you know, now they call themselves G's, but
That's
one
it.
of them looks like Rainbow Bright,
Yeah.
and
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony. And I don't know how much cred you have, and I'm not dogging on them. So 6ix9ine, if you're listening, I'd still be open to do an interview with you. I can't be too judgmental here, but I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's different.
It's way different. I mean, I'm gonna put my 2 cents right here. I think the game changed when Tupac and Biggie got smoked. You know, that basically people seeing like, okay, it's a life and death situation here, and you know these guys took it too far. So everybody sort of backed up, because I remember at a period in time in hip hop when if you were gonna go talking about you were this, you were that, you were carrying guns, you were gonna get checked or someone was gonna test you. So now it's not so much like that. Everybody's like, okay, it's just an act. It's just, you know, and people let it slide. And for the most part, if you got money, you got followers, you got women and all that, you know, the hardest gangster out there will give you a pass to, you know, to be able to get a little bit of infamy with you. But, you know, previously though, and that's where I come from, the generation where if you put something on wax and, you know, you better be able to live it, back it up, or, you know, do what you say you're capable of, because if you don't, it's gonna bite you in the butt. You know?
But real G's never put anything on wax, dude. They're, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, I mean, like for me, I keep things real general. You know,
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
I try not to put names. I try not to
I
say
mean,
too much.
there's been dudes that actually have talked about what they've done and gotten busted for it. I mean, I never got the logic in that.
That's X-rated.
Yeah.
If you guys heard of X-rated from Sacramento, he got convicted on a murder case for talking about a murder.
Yeah,
on one of his albums.
I don't get that, man. I don't get that. But I mean, that's just me. I come from the 90s too, man, and it just wasn't like that. But let's get back into you know, because this is about, you know, your album, the music. Now, this next track I'm gonna play for you guys, I actually helped produce when you first got out, right?
When I first got out of jail, yo.
And it's called Oh We On, and Oh We On kind of stands for
I'm out, and it's on. Now
It's
that I'm
on,
out,
man.
yo.
All right, here it is. Oh We On, Sancho Loco Show, world premiere, man. Produced by
Ocreep,
myself.
Dave Drug, C's, MAD on the beat, Ivan Reyes on the mix.
Oh yeah, it ain't over. It ain't over.
I'm back on the streets. Bruce build a presence, 30 months on 7, thanks to Prop 47. Get it while you can, man, is what I'm thinking. Click, clack, slaps before they blink. Rhymes we slinging like ink off the needle. A snitch and a steal my creed. See no evil When we mob though out the O, now you know it's that G Stompenado. My crew got hustle and we know to sit back. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. The center of attention, rap shits want affection. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Beats by the slap, still gangster rap. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Our network runs deep, respected by the streets. Oh, we on.
Yeah.
Oh, we on.
Yeah, this game is deep, and the mind on the hustle mode is never asleep. Cause sometimes she gets stopped by the police just like no freeze. We be right back at it, bust them up, cause them have it, flood the whole planet with the sick criminal magic. Time to put it work like a mad savage, all of y'all fools better watch it. We bout to do great damage, and folks it's this way, where the all the cash is not if it's like this, we gon' play it like that. Ocreep, my G, welcome back. It's been long, but we ain't gone, it's the return of Stompenato. Oh, we on, full blown, G'd up to the bone, yeah, straight up, now what?
My crew got hustle and we know to sit back. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. The center of attention, rap shits want affection. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Beats by the slap, still gangster rap. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Our network runs deep, respected by the streets. Oh, we on. Oh, we on.
Gotta keep a loaded fofo, show no love to the popo. Sipping on the got me slow-mo. Oh no, got your girl on my dude. Riding up and down like a pogo. Can't feel these haters, yeah. Feels like I'm with a cocoa. But your clowns on my yeah. Gotta stay your way from the bozos. Low key like a low. Better check that logo. O's up, damn. Just me and my logo. Stay on your feet on the streets. Or be extinct like a dodo. You know that name C-double-E-Z, all about that dodo.
My crew got hustle and we know to sit back. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. The center of attention, rap shits want affection. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Beats by the slap, still gangster rap. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Our network runs deep, respected by the streets. Oh, we on. Oh, we on. Dropping verse after verse, spitting ill like a curse. My crew up out they dirt, free Ocreep on their shirts. Now we reunited and it feels so good. Lit when ignited and it's understood. So take heed, no make-believe. Our loyalties and our shaking knees. Break them down back on the streets. Enter Stompenato and exit Ocreep. And we on in 2017. You can catch me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that.
Sancho Loco Show.
33P.
Man, Creep even put it down for all the social media right there, bro. He's like, you can catch me, man, on Twitter.
Everybody.
You can catch me on YouTube.
That, you know, that's a real big pivotal song in my career right there, because you know, everybody that knows me knows I did a little stretch, went in 13, came out in 16, and you know, you were the first one to hit me up.
Yeah, man.
And you had a beat for me right off the top.
Oh yeah, dude. Because I knew you were. Because I did a song with C's that year, and he was like, "Hey, Stomps." I told him to say, "Hey, tell Stomps what's up." And I don't know if he told you or not, but I knew you were coming like around that time, and I was like, "Man, I'm gonna produce some beats for when you get out." And I actually had that beat in mind for you. Like when I was creating it, I was like, his tempo is this, because I knew your tempo back. Now your tempo is different. Now your tempo's all over the place. Yeah. But I knew your tempo from back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is his tempo. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the history behind that.
Yeah, it was a cool song because everybody came through for me. I mean, Ivan came through on the mixing.
Yeah, that was dope.
C's came through with me on that verse, and then Dave Drug from the Netherlands. I mean, we got, you know, old boy from out there, you know, and he hooked it up. And
yeah.
Everybody came around me, and you know, they showed love and they put it together for me. And you know, that's, you know, I really appreciate everybody that stepped in and helped me out with that song.
Yeah, that was actually a good joint, man. Let's get into one more joint, and we'll get into some questions for Ivan, man. So we got Too Deep by Too Deep featuring Quinn. Can you introduce this song for us, Ivan?
So this is right here is Ocreep, aka Jonney Stompenato, Too Deep featuring Quinn G.
And Quinn G is a artist from Orange County.
Yes.
They say the weak get killed.
This is my favorite song right here, man.
Steal, and these streets keep calling. It's running through my veins. So when you hear that stomping, just know I earned my name. 'Cause I'm in way too deep.
Too deep, too deep, too deep.
The pressure gets to me, a soldier's destiny. So I keep it mobbing, orange is my claim. And if we have a problem, you better start to pray. 'Cause I'm in way too deep.
When you're deep in the game, the streets know your name. The streets you were raised in, the streets that you claim. Believe when I say ain't no love whatsoever. No surprises when you're wrong, don't treat you no better. It's cutthroat, so tuck those hollow points in the snub nose. Impact make them crumble, big ass keep cats humble. Got to keep 100, no matter the cost. Streets are trouble, blappers get caught. Hustle if you with it, but limit the talk. Muzzle, sizzle, and fizzle. When you're banging the block, stay ahead of the curve like a designated hitter. When money's concerned, relationships get bitter. Gun smoke, gonna linger when you're in too deep. Sinners don't look back, the wicked don't sleep. So I keep peace of mind with my 9 and my rhymes and stay ready for war when they push that line.
They say the weak get killed, so I keep the steel. And these streets keep calling, it's running through my veins. So when you hear that stomping, just know I earned my name. 'Cause I'm in way too deep.
Too deep, too deep, too deep.
The pressure gets to me, a soldier's destiny. So I keep it mobbing, orange is my claim. And if we have a problem, you better start to pray. 'Cause I'm in way too deep.
Who can you trust when it comes down to it? And who's gonna bust every one of them bullets? Deal with from different angles. Don't get caught up, let yourself get tangled. The way I was brought up, stay ready to handle. You might get shot up when rags on dangle. Scandals and snitches, add Lacey in the main. To make it to the streets, don't expose no game. I hear people say that they got my back, but talk is cheap, so I let gas clap. I hear people say that they down to ride. When it comes down to it, ain't nowhere in sight. The weak don't engage when you're known to be solid. The weak won't engage or even acknowledge. When game's too deep, snakes stay crawling. And when game gets deep, feds stay watching.
They say the weak get killed, so I keep the steel. And these streets keep calling, it's running through my veins. So when you hear that stomping, just know I earned my name. 'Cause I'm in way too deep.
Sancho Loco Show. That was called In Too Deep, right? Is that the name of the song, Ivan?
Yeah, we put it as too deep.
Cool, man. Yeah. So that song, what was the inspiration for that beat?
For the beat, actually, I had that chord progression in my head for like probably a year prior to making that beat. So it's just some chords I've been wanting to use for a beat for a while. So I just put it down and then just made a beat around it.
Sweet, man.
What was that?
All right. So I'm gonna get into some questions right now with you, man. Let's I'm about to throw you off a little bit.
Oh man.
All right, man. Some random stuff here, bro. Random stuff. These are called random questions on the Locals Loco Show. Locals on the Locals, I should say. All right, man. So, what was the worst gift you got for Christmas?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Like
Okay.
literally got nothing from some people.
You got nothing? Okay, well, okay. If you got a gift, what was the worst gift?
I got two little gifts so I guess maybe socks.
Okay, socks Socks is a weird gift, man. Like it's like you need them, but you don't want it as a gift. What is the funniest thing that happened to you recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
Well, I got my haircut yesterday, and then when the lady said bye to me, I said, "You're welcome."
Okay.
Very awkward.
All right. So, well, no. I'm gonna give you a good question, man. Let me scroll through these, bro. All right, man. I'm taking a long time to find this question, bro. All right. Here, I asked you this one a while back. Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman? Batman all the way.
100%, no doubt.
Now, I'm gonna let Jonney in on this one. Do you think that's true, man?
With the weapons, it's possible, but with the new Spider-Man outfit that Tony Stark gave him,
yeah, it's a wrap.
I think he'll give him a good run for his money.
Yeah, the Tony Stark gave him a new outfit, dude.
I think you need to find a new studio to record at.
Oh man, dude. All right. Who's your favorite superhero out of all the Marvel versus DC? Who has better superheroes?
Who has better superheroes? Marvel, but overall my favorite is Batman. That's DC.
That's DC. Did you like the new Star Wars?
I didn't see it yet.
You haven't seen it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I won't spoil.
I know what happens is.
You know what happens?
I know what happens, like most of it.
I heard it was a bomb, dude. Like I heard it wasn't that great. Is that true?
It has mixed reviews. I think people like the first one just because it's very reminiscent of the very first Star Wars one, and then this one was just kind of differentiated from the formula, and people had a lot of expectations. There was a lot of unanswered questions still, so I think that's just what happened.
Okay, so here's another random question.
Oh, okay.
There's a new color coming out in Crayola.
Okay.
You are the color. What's the name of the color and why?
I'm the color?
You're the color. Imagine you're the color.
Okay. I guess. How do you even answer that? do we go by what I am or like?
Well, what inspires you?
Oh, what inspires me?
Like you could be shimmery pink, but you're not. But I'm just giving an example. Like,
okay, just normal.
I do this intentionally, man.
I know. Just normal brown.
You don't have to answer that, bro. I'm just throwing you off, dude. I'm messing with you. All right, man. Sancho Loco Show. Do we got any more songs left?
Got it.
Looking like I sell. Looking like it's. We saved the hardest song for last, dude. The hardest song for last. And this is not any self-incriminating stuff here.
Never that.
Never.
So here, you want to introduce it?
Yeah,
that's what it says. Looking like I sell is the next song. I gotta ask you a question, man.
What's up?
Remember, like in 2010 or whatever, we did that song. We were at the Viper Room, and we did that song called "Rob a Bank."
Yes, I remember that.
That was crazy, man.
Well, you know what the funny part about it is, because my cousin had just caught a federal case and went to prison for robbing a few banks around that time too.
So
I gave him a shout out.
The song was about your cousin, dude. So this song is called "Looking Like I Sell."
This is what
Nobody's selling anything, but
produced by Ivan.
Actually, Ivan's the dealer. No, I'm just kidding.
He's the legal dope seller.
He's the beat dealer.
Yeah, this is legal dope right here.
All right, here we go. Looking Like I Sell on the Sancho Loco Show.
Stompenado.
Hi, what up, Ocreep?
Good with it.
New whip, look like I sell dealt. New kicks, look like I sell dealt. New watch, look like I sell dealt. Yo,
Like I still built.
so fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. Yeah, I'm on, looking like I sell dealt. Pulling up to the spot. Everybody looking like what he got, what he got. Damn, that boy look like he sell dealt. Your baby mama wanna give me. She in the kitchen, about to do a slow. You know me, stick to the G code. Stack it up, all about the C notes. Your main bitch, call me Papi Rico. Damn, that boy look like he sell dealt. So fresh, looking like he sell dealt. So fly, looking like he sell dealt.
Everybody looking cause he looking like he sell dealt. New whip, look like I sell dealt. New kicks, look like I sell dealt. New watch, look like I sell dealt. Yo, jump on like I sell dealt. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. Yeah, mo, looking like I sell dealt.
Boy fresh, looking like we move weight. Stale out dudes, expiration past a due date. 2 take suckers hating when we come through. 2-faced fools any day get the pull. Q, we got them higher standards, bust a 9 double lamb for the slightest of matches. Gangsters, fresh, clean and so fine. Dope slangers nonetheless, my steeds they bite. Game tight like fitting thick. Ball your chick on the like I'm flipping straight 8 balls. Stay raw, not to mention always hella fly attention. Got them jealous when I fell and help them shine.
New whip, look like I sell dealt. New kicks, look like I sell dealt. New watch, look like I sell dealt. Yo, jump on like I sell dealt. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. Yeah, mo, looking like I sell dealt.
They thinking we trap hard, thinking we trap hard, but we just rap hard. No need to just act hard. They thinking we trap hard, thinking we trap hard, looking like we sell dealt. Looks like I sell dealt. They thinking we trap hard, but we just slap hard, so we just rap hard. They thinking we trap, thinking we trap hard, looking like we sell dealt. Sell dealt. They thinking we trap hard, but we just smash hard, stacking that cash hard. They thinking we trap, thinking we trap hard, looking like we sell dealt. Sell dealt.
New whip, look like I sell dealt. New kicks, look like I sell dealt. New watch, look like I sell dealt. Yo, jump on
Like I sell dealt.
so fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. So fresh, so clean, so fire. Yeah, mo, looking like I sell dealt.
90.3 PFM, Sancho Loco Show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If it's your first time tuning in, I appreciate y'all. We have locals on the Loco today. First episode, Jonney Stompenato, Ivan Reyes.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a great episode. We're about to get in an hour-long mix with DJ Johnny Miles shortly. But I just want to tell you guys, man, it's pretty dope that you guys came back. And we're going to have another session with you guys in the near future when you release your album. When are you releasing your album?
I'm looking for March. The holidays slowed us down, so but you know we're in good amount of tracks already, so we just got to wrap it up. That's it now. You know, we got some for everybody on there, and it's pretty well rounded album. I feel as an artist, you know, I grew pretty much to be able to hit all those points, you know.
Now I played a variety of different stuff today. I played some stuff with like a little bit R&B hooks. I played some street stuff. I played some hardcore stuff. What is on the album that is different from what we played today, or is a little bit of everything like today?
It's a little bit of everything, you know. I keep track of the trends and what's going on. That way, you know, I know what's going on with music, but I don't fold into them. What I do is
now by folding in, you mean like you don't fall victim to trying to do trap or trying to do something that you're not.
What I do is I let the trend follow me. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, you know, I do what I do, and I'm able to get other styles and flip them, but keep it my style. You know what I mean? Without having to compromise who I am. So you're never gonna second guess who that is on the track when you hear me. You know.
Now, I had Latin rap producer pioneer Ernie G on the other day, and I had asked him a question. I had asked him if he thinks the sound from when he was coming up, if he think that sound's going to return. And he was telling me that a lot of the guys keep their masters just in case it does, but he would think that the sound came back of the, you know, hardcore street sound, funk sound. Where do you see music headed to?
Everything goes full circle. I mean, you know, a few years ago, I mean, let's be honest here. The troll rappers, that stuff barely started coming in with like Little B and all those guys, you know, and where it was acceptable to get beat up and be a clown and go ahead and rap, and people accepted. Before that it would basically kill your career. If you got beat up and you know, clown, that'd kill your career. Nowadays, people are able to take it and move on, but it's gonna come back around, you know. I mean, you still got a huge movement on the underground where people focus on the lyrics, people focus on the content, and you know, it's not just, you know, money, drugs, and doing stupid things, so it'll be back, and, cats like me, I mean, I rap, I experience, but I focus on the lyrics, I focus on the delivery, I focus, I try to do new stuff. I try to keep it fresh. I don't,
Now, is there any other rappers that you see out here in Orange County that are making some noise? I mean, not to try to put anybody down, but just, frankly speaking, do you know of anybody else that's coming up in Orange County? Because I mean, in LA, there's a lot of people. In San Diego, there's a lot of people. In Orange County, I can't honestly say that I can, recognize a lot of people that are coming up.
Orange County is a trip, man. It's a whole different ball game, because everybody basically they stay within their own like circles, like of course, I got my circle. I got C's, I got Ivan, you, and got my boys from the Netherlands, Dave Drug and his DJ Crackhead and all his partners over there. So we stay within our circle pretty much. But recently, friend of mine from high school, he reached out to me to do a verse for him with another artist by the name of Epidemic. And,
oh yeah, I know Ep and Rollo, man. What's up? Bad Seed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got to I went over to Ep's place and dropped the verse, and and from there, we're networking, and we're trying to do new stuff and get Orange County on the map the way it's supposed to be, because I mean, regardless, we're always going to be looked at as the underdog compared to LA County. But, we got our own style. We got our own culture. We got our own thing going on. And, we got to come up from out those shadows, because we got heat. We got some talented people out here. It's just we don't get that same exposure because, obviously we're not in LA County, which is a bigger market.
Cool. Hey, man, it was a pleasure having you on at 7 o'clock right now. I just want to give you the opportunity to give any shout outs or any sort of information where people can find your music, and give Ivan the same opportunity.
YouTube, OCR33P, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. You hear most of my catalog on there. Let me give a shout to all my kids, in particular Jacob. I can't list every single one because there's too many of them. And, my boy Frank, all my boys out of Orange, all my boys out of Santa Ana, off of Highland. Everybody, that mess with me sees everybody got love for, too many to name, but you guys know who you are. You guys don't got to second guess that. So with that, I'm out. Peace.
All right. Ivan Reyes, man. Any shout outs you want to give?
Well, one, you can find my music, any beats, anything like that. I'm working on Facebook.com/Ivan Reyes Productions. And I want to give a shout out again to C's also. You can find his stuff on YouTube under your boy C's, Facebook also. Shout out to Quingy, the girl that was on the track, Too Deep. And shout out to Betsy Gifted. She was part of a song that we did together. And shout out to everybody that's really like stuck by me music-wise and everything. Man,
I'm going to tell you guys and all the listeners out there, I don't only endorse these guys because they're my friends, but they have been putting in work a long time. And I believe they're two of the most talented individuals in Orange County. And I just want you guys to keep an eye out for them. They got a lot of good music coming out. And we're going to get into an hour-long mix shortly. I'm going to play one more track. We're getting licks. Thank you guys for coming on, man. I look forward to playing your music in the months to come and having you guys on again.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it all. Peace to Burn Slow and everybody else I forgot. Daniel and my girl, Jessica. Peace.
Peace.